flawless as NiP decide to rush into the bomb site. ЭЛЕКТРОНИК with a good position. They line up. Oh my god! That is just so fortunate for ЭЛЕКТRОNIK, and he's going to finish it off with class and style. Grouping together, we're seeing a push towards the A bomb site here for NiP. There's 3 players ready to receive it though from NAVI, so they're going to be able to put up a fight. That's a timely smoke grenade there from Zeus. That should help them out. Looking pretty good here, positionally from NAVI.
Simple has to do a lot, but he gets insta-traded. 2 versus 4 now for NAVI. Not looking great. Bomb's been planted. It is a pistol round though, so it can be recovered. And that is the way to kick things off. Get Right, however, spots both players there, which means that NiP have time to reposition on the site. Oh, that's a very nice angle from Forrest. Not checked by ЭЛЕКТRONIK because he's exposed to the sides at the same time. And that leaves Edward on his own. What will he choose to do now? I don't know if any of these CTs had a kit, so he may feel like this is the point of no return. And he may try to hold on to his Kevlar. Looks like he's willing to take some longer fights towards long, try and abuse the range of his USP, although now everyone's got a USP, so he won't have that either.
Yeah, and going back to the previous point about NiP with Lecro, I think that NiP would do really well. You know that you're likely going to be playing it fairly safe. That's a pretty good bet. And one way to defuse that is by, oh my god, Lecro! Oh, he gets to think, almost gets the kill into Zeus as well. That is just disgusting stuff. Talk about a disappointing start to the first buy round for NAVI. Great pick from Lecro, and Zeus perhaps pushing his luck, trying to get the wallbang damage. But that lineup through the wooden panel towards the door, I think, is quite predictable and an easy one to practice if you're in NiP's position. Okay. Okay, they were trying to poke their heads in, and they got them promptly blown off. So that's going to go quite a ways here for NAVI to look to close down this round. But NiP still in with a chance. Rez will be able to equalize as he's forcing himself into the bomb site. NiP have to make this work.
But Dennis is now alone, and now he's gone. Smoked like a kipper.
And Simple with just 6 HP. It's so scary. Anything will kill him right now. He's going to have to be flawless as NiP decide to rush into the bomb site. ЭЛЕКTRONIK with a good position. They line up. Oh my god! That is just so fortunate for ЭЛЕКTRONIK, and he's going to finish it off with class and style.
See aces like that very often. Anomalous ace.
See you on...
Again?
Okay. I'll say see you on Reddit. Maybe Rez is going to have Electro rounds.
Are they going to condition Zeus to stop doing that jump? That's 2 rounds in a row where he's been picked off jumping like that.
Ooh, Rez maybe a bit too quick on the first shot there. Unable to finish off the second player, but Edward offers himself up. It's a 5v3. They've only got 2 deagles.
It almost looks like the aim punch sent the bullet into his opponent's head, because I think his crosshair was lower. Maybe we'll see a replay later. Rez looking for more, finally getting picked off, but 1 kill, not enough really for NAVI in this situation. Simple repositioning, and now maybe expecting NiP to try to use the numbers if they know where the AWP is, but are there 2 players towards? Oh dear, never mind. Last 2 players in the B bomb site, and NAVI 2 versus 4. I mean, do you save at this point? Their money is in the toilet.
Yeah. It's definitely not the best position, but if Simple can hold on to the AWP and Flamey the AK-47, then they should be okay. But Lecro's going on the hunt. Simple will defend. And I have to say, I was worried that NiP were in a position to overextend, because you commonly see that where they created the 5v3, and then you have a situation whereby Rez is sort of just poking his head out there in a position where he's, already kills have been made. And I think you have to say it at a certain point. I think when we saw should be able to get a forward plant facing the toilets and not even have to take the full site. So here they go.
Zeus, though, will be in front of the grenade with an off angle. Good for 1 kill, delaying the push as well. Oh, Simple just clicks off just as someone comes into his vision. Goes for the flick, no kill though. Get Right and Rez are in the red, but it's a 2 versus 4 versus an M4 and a CZ, and only ЭЛЕКТRONIK is here with the pistol. So what can they do? Those smokes are fresh. It will take a while for them to go. No kit on these last 2 players. Surely ЭЛЕКTRONIK wants to take more than Kevlar and a CZ out of this round with him. Edward trying to create space, perhaps, or hold map control for a save, but he is being hunted by the likes of Dennis. and soon more perhaps. So indeed, this is turned out to be a very, very rough start for the CT side of NAVI. How likely are they to lose these weapons now? There's the pistol. Edward not showing straight away. So he may be good to save the M4 here, but this is really bad for NAVI.
Yeah, I think in that round, have a better read this time. They've got that forward setup. Electronic goes forwards there. The flashbangs that went off previously. Now Simple makes an appearance, but both Electronic and Simple traded out. That's a 4v3 for NiP. That's ideal for them.
Okay, bait set up from NAVI, but just too many plays in upper, as there have been pretty much every round here from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Able to deal with it after Simple doesn't get that kill. If he does, he probably falls back, and maybe Flamey is spared. Maybe not, but here we are. 3 versus 4 in favor of Ninjas in Pyjamas. Less than a minute on the clock, but of course they have many advantages. Sees use on the M4, Flamey on the UMP. It's not a T side, so it can be position dependent. Maybe playing close, makes sense for him to have the UMP. 2 on 3, he's got some info for his teammate Zeus, but he might not have seen them moving downstairs on the def cam.
Very diligent stuff there from NiP as they exit the door, checking every nook and cranny. And in one of those crannies, they'll find Edward, and now he has been removed. Sent to the sin bin. 7-2, NiP looking imperious at the moment. Different angle here towards the door position. And again, you know, NiP have been showing a lot of bias, a lot of presence, a lot of favor towards the connector area, so it doesn't really, what was that, James? Oh no! Oh my goodness, that is the absolute worst possible thing that could have happened. You've got Na'Vi trying to make a counterplay as to what NiP have been doing repeatedly towards the door, and Get Right just walks in, is like, hello, I'll take that, thank you very much. Almost gets the third player as well, and considering that there's 4 members of NiP left alive, this is, again, another disaster for Na'Vi.
That's a demoralizing thing to be on the receiving end of. Get Right chooses to activate at the absolute perfect moment, but the bomb carry is being picked off. Electronic not choosing to try and continue to fight there. He knows it's going to be picked up. Now Ninjas in Pyjamas have to ask the question, are these CTs rotating towards the B-bomb site? Lekro has a very good angle, so even if they were, they're very limited in how far they can go with that. And now NiP, again, being meticulous, will clean out the rest of the area. Both Na'Vi players on the flank. Although with Zeus on 22 HP, picking up the AWP, it seems they will be trying to hold on to this if they are to lose this.
Yeah, I mean, even from the very beginning, we saw that Simple wasn't really connecting some nights. Like, you know, for example, all of the days when they had threat and so on, that, you know, we knew that they were tactically a strong team, but it sometimes seemed like everything was a bit misplaced strategically at the same time. But right now we're seeing a good marriage of strategy, tactics, and individual play. Great response there as they are pushed, as they trade their way back up into the A-bomb site. Flamey with the UMP will slow the effort, creating some level of resistance, but NiP seem to be overwhelming them at the moment. Edward, the last man standing, needs a 1v3 to go his way to make it happen. Oh, almost gets a chance at it. 1v1s back to back.
The connector position from Lekro. Will he have any fear moving forward? And no, it's Edward to go down again, losing a player. There's a minute 38 on the clock, and it's a 4 versus 5 again for Na'Vi.
Oh dear, as you say, just having that be in NiP's terms as opposed to Na'Vi's terms most of the time, so definitely not ideal. Some information for Electronic, though. I wonder if NiP, I don't think NiP have heard the boost or anything like that. There was definitely a lot of flashbangs just recently whilst Na'Vi were performing the boost, and they're certainly going to hear that. But, oh, they have a counter boost set up there. Forrest was watching for that. You can see his angle is very deep, which was designed to see the heads poking over the wooden board, the plank. And that's going to cue NiP to go into the bomb site.
Late smoke in the back of Monster, way too late. The bomb's on the floor though, 2 versus 3. Zeus needs multiple, there's 2. Now he's alone, can't get his reload in time. Situation here. And Electronic's lurk has not paid off on this occasion. Is Zeus good for a second one though? He is, well, Edward will steal the kill through the hole in the door. Now Dennis is moving up and risks will be taken, and maybe it will be a 3rd round for Na'Vi.
Yeah, looking fantastic. Forrest's position is pretty awesome, but if only he had the bomb, although he is about to be surrounded. Let's see how he handles it. He's using the bank position to fall back, and he hears all the noise here, so he's going to have that advantage. So clean, so fast from Forrest, not showing his age at all. That's one thing we love about Forrest. But he will be backstabbed. He'll be ended by Simple. It was a nice
through the short B tunnel. Electronic getting sneaky. Not the hill he wants to die on. He won't pursue that kill. But the Molotov keeps him in place.
Flashbang there. Oh my god. Denied. Denied by Dennis. Now Simple alone with the AK-47, the perfect tool for the job. Let's see what he can get done here. NiP will definitely be suspicious of this. And there it is. Lecro just walks around the corner casually and slaps him in the face.
That leaves Flamey and Edwards. Edward with the AK coming in from the rear. Good positions for Ninjas in Pajamas. You can see Get Right lining things up as the smoke dissipates. We'll see how he approaches the left-hand side. He repositions accordingly. Flamey's been smoked off. Now Edwards' position has been conceded, and he must know someone's got to be looking for a connector player. He was maybe half a centimetre away from seeing that position, but now it's Flamey on the site, 1 versus 2. He has a defuse kit, so he can do this. Nade goes in the wrong place, and that bomb is very far ticked, and Rez knows his risk is limited. Pops out, and that's 12-3.
Incredible as well, and very well-rounded as a player. So, oh, that's just dirty, isn't it? Cheeky USB bullet straight through the smoke, finds the head of Electronic, and Zeus might be able to remedy this. Only gets one, though. Rez will control his fights very, very well. And NiP looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, that was a quick one. Not much answer to the kills from Ninjas in Pajamas.
Pray that the first AK buy works out. And we'll see how that goes for them, because here they can't really get anything done. They've just got Glocks.
Yeah, I don't think either choice is wrong per se. It's just because whether it's 14 or 13, it's still a hell of a long way back.
Yeah.
They've chosen to start with the AKs. And they're not far away. Get Right. Ooh, that's so much money. And if he's playing around connector, so here's my shotgun hero. That's why I gave him an actual shotgun shell keycap, because of his ridiculous, outlandish plays. Navi with the first pick, and maybe now they can enjoy the AKs over the M4s. And we're not seeing the full buy from NiP just yet, but there is significant advantage to be had, especially when you've got the likes of Simple on your team. Get Right not making a fatal connection with the first shot. The also shotgun, sorry, was improved, has a tighter spread of shells, which is pretty good. It was very unreliable before. Lecro and Forrest remain. Got to get some kills here, boys.
Yep, life is not. There is one more player, one more test to be had in the running. I wonder if that was heard, though, that the bomb did go off. There's a train going on as well, so that might conceal some of the footsteps and the map control. I like that NiP are trying to control the Sewer's position at the moment. Ooh, nice trade there from Flame. Very important, but Get Right is there, waiting and ready. The setup was good for NiP. 4v3 for them.
Much better start than the average CT start we saw in the first half for Navi. Edward trying to get something done. Rez was lurking around here earlier while the smoke was up. There is Simple. The bomb spotted in connector. But Navi have personnel towards A and towards B, so it's not quite clear what's going on just yet for NiP. But they have a player starting to move down long. They're looking for that information, this CT side. 2 players in the B bomb site, and Rez will be the one to take the risks.
And this is really, really good. You need somebody that can step up to do this, get some information. And it's really cool because if he dies, then his teammates can try to save on the B bomb site. That's an option. But if he is successful, maybe there's a chance for them to actually make this round work. Rez will go down, but he's got the information of both players. He heard the running of Simple. He saw with his own eyes the other player Zeus up A long, and NiP will go for a split. So Lecro just created some noise there, some distraction. Navi only have 2 players. So there is great potential for this split to do some damage. Although Get Right's been discovered. Oh, he gets the engagement he wants. And now it's down to Simple, the 1v2, but he'll fall. Thanks to Lecro. We know that he's very, very good aggressively with it, so they have that going for them at least. And they are just making the creep up towards the A side here using Long and towards the side of the map, but they have to break the position of Dennis and Rez. And Dennis will take the attention. Rez goes in for the follow-ups, and he will be fantastic for it. He can't upgrade the gun, but he's done his job. He's taking down 2 players for the price of 1. Get Right gets another one, and they were not suspecting that 3-man setup ready to go in the toilet position. Now Simple is in a 1v4 to save the map for his team. There's frag number 1, but he's got a hell of a long way to go.
36 seconds. He does not have all the time in the world, and lecro is picking a nasty spot. He's fired some bullets, though, and that's enough information for Simple. Even time for a spray. Rotation now. Leon's going to be on the B bomb site, but he doesn't know that. He needs to get the bomb down before they start to move into position. Going for the fake. Forrest is moving on the low ground. That wall bang was almost on point. Get Right with the flank. Simple knows he's out of time. Can he find the first player? He was close. He made the best of it he could, but that will be the first map going to Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, very impressive stuff from them. I mean, it's really that T side that just looks so strong, set them up for the victory. And you can see they're chuffed to bits. And I mean, again, it was a really cool performance.